Hi everyone, it's Clem Burke here with Amoeba Records. What's in my bag, home edition. What's in my house, what do I listen to? Here's my first choice, amazing record, Nancy and Lee. Lee Hazelwood and Nancy Sinatra.
Some velvet morning when I'm straight.
This is a great record and of duets between Nancy and Lee. The really foreboding and mysterious Some Velvet Morning. They do a great duet on Jackson, the Johnny Cash Jr. Carter song. It's a song called Sundown. Great string arrangements, great production by Lee Hazelwood, a genius. And just a really atmospheric, enjoyable, beautiful record. My next choice is a record called Hurt Me, Johnny Thunders.
You don't believe we're on the eve of destruction.
This is a really intimate record that Johnny did. I think it was all recorded in one day. It's an acoustic record. He does a great version of Eve of Destruction, P.F. Sloan's Eve of Destruction. There's a song called I'd Much Rather Be With the Boys. That's pretty cool. I think the Rolling Stones once did it. There's a version of You Can't Put Your Arms Around a Memory, probably one of Johnny's greatest songs ever. And I think maybe he just did this for rent money or for drug money or something like that in Paris. It's really great. The back cover's great. And it's a really great sort of chill out record. God bless Johnny Thunders, man. Wish he was here. So my next choice would be the soundtrack to the film Privilege, starring Paul Jones and Gene Shrimpton. This is a movie that takes place in the 60s, and it's about sort of the meeting of rock and roll and the church, kind of merging the two, and Paul Jones's character becomes somewhat of a prophet. And I'm really into these 60s soundtracks. This one is composed by Mike Leander. There's a song on here, Freebie, that actually Patti Smith covered on her Easter record. Set Me Free, I think she calls it.
Please set me free, set me free.
You know, it's just so evocative of a period in time and really cool graphics. And, I actually have a movie poster of the film that I really enjoy having in my house as well. My next choice is the always amazing Suicide.
America is killing its youth.
Suicide were one of the very earliest bands to play on the New York scene, starting at the Mercer Arts Center and then continuing on into CBGB's Max's Kansas City. This record was obviously way ahead of its time. People really didn't understand a band that would not have a drummer or a bass player. It's Marty Rev on keyboards, Alan Vega, otherwise known as Alan Suicide. Bruce Springsteen, for one, is a massive fan of Suicide. He recorded a song called Dream Baby Dream that they did later on. And this one has the song Frankie Teardrop, Ghost Rider, Rocket USA. You know, it's scary, but in a good way. Suicide, the first album. If you haven't heard it, you must hear it. Yeah, so carried on with the mid-70s New York underground rock and roll scene. My absolutely favorite band to come out of the whole scene, and probably the best band, ironically the least commercially successful of all bands, Television. This is the Blow Up. This is a live recording of Television, I believe recorded at CBGB. I'm not sure now, I should check that, but they're playing stuff from the album Marquee Moon, and along with the first single, Little Johnny Jewel, is on here. And Knocking on Heaven's Door, famously done way before you know who, Guns N' Roses. Television, what a great band. Richard Lloyd, Tom Verlaine, Billy Ficca, and Fred Smith, formerly of Blondie, on bass. Television. Everything they do is great. Next up is the second album by Dr. Feelgood called Malpractice. Very influential band coming out of the pub rock scene. A precursor to all that was to come afterwards via punk rock. Very minimalist band, basically an R&B band. Great graphics, Wilco Johnson in the black suit, Lee Brillo in the white suit, flanked by the Big Figure, and Sparko, the bass player, the Big Figure, the drummer. Great band, absolutely nothing to do with any of the other things that Dr. Feelgood might conjure up to you. Dr. Feelgood, the greatest British R&B band post Rolling Stones. Dr. Feelgood. So when I was choosing my favorite records, when I chose Television, The Blow Up, I didn't realize I also chose the soundtrack to the Antonioni film, Blow Up, starring David Hemmings. It's kind of based on the 60s photographer David Bailey's lifestyle. Guest appearance by the Yardbirds, and the soundtrack is basically Herbie Hancock with Wade Shorter and people like that. Basically, Miles Davis band without Miles, and the music is just amazing. And it just really transports you right back to the 60s when you put this on, and very atmospheric. I kind of collect these. I have a couple, but I'm glad I managed to keep the cellophane on this one. And just a great scene at great 44-cent price. But well worth that and much more. Blow Up, the soundtrack. Well, since I've been given this great opportunity to talk about a few of my favorite records today, I wouldn't be able to get away without mentioning the newest record I've just done. It's called The Empty Hearts on Wicked Cool Records, Little Steven Van Zandt's record label. Features Elliot Easton from the Cars, Andy Babuke from the Chesterfield Kings, Wally Palmer from the Romantics, and myself. Really happy with this record. There's a guest appearance by the one and only Sir Richard Starkey on it. If you haven't heard it, you get a chance, check it out. It's out there on all platforms, but The Empty Hearts. Hopefully one day we'll get to play when this is all over. And hopefully I'll be able to play with my band Blondie as well again. So there you go. Signing off. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.